Hey, this is Lonnie from Lonnie's Hot Rod Shop. How are you doing? I had an epiphany the other day. We were doing some work on our 32, and I'm one of those guys, I like shiny stuff. Hey, look at that, my air cleaner's a little crooked. So I like shiny stuff, right? So I put a lot of billet aluminum, not billet, let's just call it sand cast. Let's not use that dirty word. Anyhow, I use sand cast aluminum parts on my motor. And, you know, I like to be polished up. So I bought this really nice shiny intake and I put that on. And, you know, like anything, I like shiny bolts too. So I put some stainless steel button head bolts all along through there. And for the longest time, I've been having an overheating problem. 195 degrees is where this motor should be at. And it's been basically about 230. I got a temperature gauge that I put in the radiator and it reads, you know, 190 temperature. So I've been kind of confident that the gauge has been incorrect. I've tried different temperature sending units. I've tried different positions on the intake of the sending unit. And then the other day we were replacing the gasket on the intake because I had a little bit of an oil leak. And I realized, holy shit, I don't have the intake grounded. These temperature sending units have to be grounded. They tell you not to use that thread tape on it so that it makes a good ground. Well, if your intake is off the block by gaskets and then you use stainless steel bolts which don't have a good continuity, then you don't have a ground. So as soon as I ran a ground strap from back here, I ran it to the head, the temperature ran 195. I drove all the way to Daytona with this car and all the way back. It's over 100 miles each way. Car ran great, temperature was 195. Actually, sometimes it got a little colder than that. So, really proud of how the car did. So, just a little thing, you can learn things every day. And, you know, I didn't realize that I created my own problem by putting stainless steel bolts in there. So, if you do that, make sure you at least leave one bolt that's, you know, regular metal, mild steel, or run a ground strap from your intake. Keep your temperature sendings running right. So we drove 100 miles. We're at Daytona racetrack for Turkey Rod Run. It's a 4-day event, pretty fun. A lot of old classic cars, hot rods, street rods. We brought the 32 out. It drove great for the 100 miles. So now we're just trying to get into the track. So we're in the 46 Dodge. We're on a time crunch. We've got a lot to fit under this dash. They got a coil here. We got the fuse panel, and all that was over here with the air conditioner, so we had to move that. We've got the, you know, forgive me if I say it wrong, the EPOS power steering unit that we mounted to the column right here. Well, it's got an ECU that we have to mount that. The Dakota Digital's got an ECU. We've got to mount that. We've got the electric wipers that run up here with a transmission that's down in here, and we've got to mount that. We also have to run the AC controls and everything. We're building a console. Either the air conditioner vents will be here or they'll be up here. We built a couple of panels to go up there so they match. They'll kind of match with everything. So John's trying to get some brackets built so we can move all these parts and get everything under the dash. He's already put in the boom mat. We're building the center console outside the car. The door that opens up the cowl vent, we want that to be functional, so we're going to have to move the handle over where it can be accessible. I've got my interior guy. He's putting in headliner. He's making the back panel. As soon as we get some of this stuff done and we've done our cuts and everything, we got carpet to go in. So there's a lot happening. A lot of people in and out of the car. We got door panels being fabricated. So there's a lot going on. There's a time crunch happening, and we're getting it done. So stay tuned. So we've got the air conditioner that's behind this wall. There's all these bolts that are very ornamental on the dash, the firewall here. So we wanted to keep that look. But we had to remove them so we could get the air conditioner mounted. So we've cut the bolts off and we've glued them back into place so to maintain that industrial look. I'm going to put my dryer here for the air conditioner. The manifold's actually back here. We'll hide the hoses, run them down on the frame up to the air conditioner. I've got the condenser going out there. The shotgun bills going in. We've got the arm coming from Speedway that'll operate off of the carburetor. The rack just came in, so we're going to have to build the rack, the mounting bracket, and put the rack in, going in up front here. Let's see. The tires have showed up, but the wheels haven't. So we still got that to do. This grill shell's got to come off, and the condenser will go in there, and we'll have to run all our lines. So brake has to be dropped down, and we'll have to run our universal joints and our steering shaft up to the new rack. Wipers are going in. The part of the wipers are already on there. We got some new escutcheons to go up top, and new gaskets to go around. So looking good up here. I got a new gas tank coming for it. We're going to weld in a mount for the float, and so that'll be mounted in the bed. We look for one to be under the bed, but the bed's just too small, too shallow. So we're going to use the same style gas tank that's in the bed, and we're going to mount a sending unit on it. Screws along the corner, so get them over there. You can see them. See these silver screws? So this is some of the little things that we look for when we're putting a car together. Of course, the silver screws are what came out of the original interior in this car. So we're going to go get black screws. The ones around the window are countersunk, so we have to get some countersunk screws. And then these, you see how they have a washer around them? We're going to get some black oxide screws to go there that'll have the washer. So this is some of the points that I look for when we're putting a car together. And we want to make sure that everything matches the look we're going for.
Well, you in the picture, I got a brunette. I want to take a picture of it. That is. Give it to Jenny. So maybe this is